Money, 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 money. I'm rolling in the money, 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 money. I get that fast money in a. I get that fast money in a. Money, 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 money. I'm rolling in the.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets, your weekly podcast for all things sports betting in the world of football and fantasy football. I am your host, Nick, and alongside me are 3 gentlemen I will be introducing. First and foremost, we got primetime Tim Sikora. Tim, how we doing today?
Doing good, Nicky. Doing good. Sir, well, I'll wait for him to come back.
Yeah, he's here.
Ravick, thanks for joining us. Sir, sorry, turn back for the Jets this week. Y'all took us down, but I'm wearing our favorite player, our best player this year. It's the turf. I ain't got nobody on my shirt. That's what we're about. You may have won the battle, but, sir, we won the world, boy. Sorry about that. Let's win some more money this week.
Tim, my team's 0-2 also, but Tim's going to be, losing a lot of battles this year as a Jets fan. Alongside as well, we have Sir, who is not injured, even though he is wearing San Francisco colors. Sir, how are we doing today?
I got the black hat on. I'm in mourning. You know what I'm saying? I know injuries happen, but damn, bro.
Yeah, it was a bad week for injuries. We'll get into it a little bit. And lastly, our special guest, and I've loved every guest we've had so far, but I'm really excited about this one for obvious reasons. We got the big man, the softball pitching professional. We got Stone Cold John Moravic today. John, how we doing?
What's up, boys?
We did, for the record, we did tell John we do the shots before we do the primetime picks, but Ravic's getting started early. So
Nick, I do shots the whole time.
There you go. Perfect. Guys, we are Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets. Obviously, as always, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SBFS Show, so our initials show on Instagram and Twitter. We ask that you follow us and let us know, if you think our picks are fucking terrible. Cool. If you like them and you win some money on them, cool. If you need some help with fantasy advice, lay it on there, whatever you need. We are part, of course, of the TruExact Radio family, and you can find them at TruExact Radio on Twitter. True is spelled T-R-U. Everything else is normal. You can also find us on YouTube under the TruExact Radio channel, and you can find us on our podcast, iTunes, under the same thing. So when you go on iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe. Said it right that time. Don't be a fucking freeloader. Make sure you, give us some love. We're winning you guys some money. I got to tell you guys, so, recapping week 2, obviously we'll get into the injuries. For anybody that doesn't know, I know most of you guys do. It was my birthday on Friday, so we had the family over on Sunday, and I figured I had birthday money. Let me lay down a teaser. Doug talked about him increasing the odds. So I laid down a 17 teaser, and I was looking, and I had Tennessee, they hit. I had the Rams, they hit. I had the Bills, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, the Giants, and I had Dallas. And I was looking at it towards the end, and I saw Dallas was down 29-20 with 2 minutes to go, and I kind of logged off. I conceded my fate, and I forgot that Dan Quinn is literally a Hall of Fame coach for terrible coaches. And I don't know exactly what they thought. The only thing I could think of is that they thought the ball had to go 10 yards before they could touch it themselves. That or they thought that the ball had coronavirus. I'm not sure. But they stayed away and Dallas recovered. And Dallas, ended up recovering, kicking the field goal, winning 30-29. Truth be told, if they didn't recover, I still would have won because I had Dallas +3. But it was nice to look onto my account and see that it was +882. And that was a huge win. But it was just my time. Fantasy, a lot of injuries. But I caught Kansas City +102 when they were 17-9 down. So I bet them hard, knowing they were going to come back and win, and they did. And like I said, just being lucky, it was my day. DFS, the last game, we had Seattle, we had New England. I picked the right 5 guys: Edelman, Newton, Metcalf, Wilson, and Bird. I just had them in the wrong order, and it cost me the difference of $420. But I did still end up winning 55, so pretty good. What's up, Lexa?
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise, a lot of injuries. Had Barkley. I mean, the injuries, that first couple minutes, first half of football was just fucking brutal. I got a fantasy team. I'm 0-2. I got Galladay. I got Fuller. I got James Conner. I got Barkley. And I got Manny Sanders and Miles Sanders. I'm sorry, fucking Eagles fan, too. And it was just bad. So that's me for the week. I mean, I was lucky. I got a good shot lined up for myself. But Moravik, you're the guest. So how was your week last week? And the week that was week 2?
I think it was 3 and 4. Not great. Injuries killed me. But my big league, that's all I care about. I won. I'm in first place for the first time in 6 years. So I can hold on that. Betting, I hit the Giants, and I lost a huge parlay. Buffalo fucking sucks. But, whatever, you deal with it. By the way, teasers, suckers bet. You won, you got lucky. It's a sucker's bet.
I think anytime you win anything, you're lucky. But I'd rather be lucky than good at anything.
I agree.
Because lucky fills the bank account. And my wife's, because she had to get her cut too.
Sir, have you ever been lucky? Nope.
Once.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Sir, we'll go to you. Obviously we know the injuries on your team. But that aside, how'd you do?
Fantasy-wise, I did all right, but I ran to a lot of big teams, like teams that will put up like 150, 180 points. It's tough to beat. So just chalk it up to an unlucky weekend, you guys say. So
It happens. That's for sure. Tim,
but yeah, as you said, the injuries got me too. So it's we got a good game this week though. Be all right.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. Before we get to Tim, I think it's interesting that this is week 3, and every single week it seems like we have a team. Our guest is playing the 49ers. Obviously now week 1 with Miguel being a Giants fan, but now we have it. And I think we play you next week, right?
Yes, sir. So Sunday night.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Tim, how was your week 2?
Actually, I had a pretty good week betting. My best bet of the week last week, the 49ers kicked the crap out of the Jets, just like we thought. Outside of the injuries, of course, they steamrolled us pretty good. I went 6-3 in fantasy, not as good as my 7-2 week last week. Sir, you were one of my losses. You beat me in real life. You beat me in fantasy. I had Devontae Adams and Julio Jones go for 10 points total in the PPR format, which is, awful, just terrible. So you took me down. I lost Mostert in 3 leagues. I lost Barkley in 2 leagues. I lost CMC in a league. I lost Sutton in a league. And in 2 of those leagues, I also had Mike Thomas on those teams, which is awful too. I will say with fantasy, the waivers are hot this week. I don't know who you guys had as your top waiver. I mean, I'll fully disclose I picked up McKinnon in as many leagues as I could that he was out there. And then I was picking up Deion Lewis until I think Freeman. They said Freeman
Signed him a 1-year deal.
It's signed $3 million, yeah.
Up to $3 million, right?
Yeah. So, luckily, me and Sir had him in the league that we split together, and he's going to be the instant plug and play.
Listen. Sorry, Freeman's not playing this week.
He's not. Well, then Deion Lewis is still a 1 week flyer for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see either one of them. I'm not, who knows, but in the NFL where there's like multiple backs on every single team, I could see Devontae Freeman just being the early down back and Deion Lewis, who's still super talented, being the passing down back. I don't know. Time will tell how they run it. If they're behind in a lot of games, then they're going to be passing the ball a lot to their running backs anyway, so who knows. But their schedule does get easier after week 4, and I think Daniel Jones is a huge pickup for anybody that still has him on their team. We knew the first 4 weeks were going to be tough for Daniel Jones. I have him on a lot of fantasy teams. I plan on playing him because the schedule gets so much easier against Philly. Obviously against Dallas, a lot of shooting games. Moravik, you know your schedule better than I do, but the first 4 weeks were going to be brutal. We knew that, but it was going to get easier.
Listen, the problem is he has no protection, and now he lost 2 of his 3 best targets. So I love Danny Jones, but it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It's hard when you're losing a lot of guys. I mean, Shepard's hurt now. They did get Tate back, but I don't think he did much, right?
No, well, I don't remember his numbers, but he caught a couple of big passes.
I love Tate, obviously being an Eagles fan. I mean, he played well for the year that we had him when we traded for him. But, yeah, so, I mean, the week was good. I mean, when it comes to injuries, I'm not going to read down the list like I did last week, but, I mean, so many big-time running backs, and there's so many fantasy waiver wire pickups, depending on what you need in your team. I mean, I have fucking Chris Herndon on almost every single fantasy team, and I don't know what to do outside of just drop him. I mean, you have no fucking – I hate the Jets so much. You have so many offensive weapons injured, and you're using Chris Herndon to block 30% of the fucking time. Adam Gase is my least – I don't know who – I mean, I love Dan Quinn because he won me money because he's fucking terrible, but I don't know who's worse, Adam Gase or fucking Dan Quinn. Because they are so bad.
Adam Gase has no right to be an NFL head coach. Listen, he was a quarterback guru. Name all the quarterbacks he had. They were all awesome quarterbacks.
We talked about it. Any one of us could have been the offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning, and it would have been just fine.
Yeah.
He's going to call his plays anyway.
He's the top 5 best quarterback of all time. Like, Adam Gase isn't a quarterback guru. Archie Manning's balls are a quarterback guru.
Well, there's one guy in here that is at least primetime guru, and that's Primetime Tim. Once again, taking the lead. Tim went 2-1 on our primetime picks. I went 1-2 because the Saints blow dick. Sir also went 1-2, and Doug went 1-2. And if you look at the graphic right here, thanks to TruExact, you can see what our yearly standings are with Tim, Sir, myself, and our guests. I'll be honest with you going through these games, and we'll take our shot in a second. I don't have a good feel for any of these games. I mean, I have picks, obviously, on every single one of them, but I don't have a great feel for these games, so I could be talked out of almost every single pick I'm about to make. But, Tim, I didn't have enough time to get Rumplemints this week. I'm guessing that was your shot of choice, but I won $882. So I'm running with Don Julio 1942 as my shot of choice. So I'm feeling pretty good. And I have to at least thank the team, and it pains me to do it, that won me a lot of money. So I got my Dallas Cowboys shot.
So what are you doing with that?
Where did you even get that from?
I went to Dallas. How about them Cowboys? Win me some money.
Nick,
you're actually a disgrace as an Eagles fan.
I don't care. All right, my bank account is bigger.
how dare you buy the bottle? I live right around the corner from you. You couldn't drop me off some?
You don't like tequila. You know that.
Yeah, you're right, actually. But
gentlemen, before we kick off the prime times, there you go.
Salud.
I love that shit, man. All right. So we'll start off with the Thursday night football game. Like I said, I'll go last. I don't have a feel for any of these games. Sir, what do you got? We got Miami at Jacksonville. Miami is getting 3 points. It is the battle of the mustache versus the beard. What do you got?
As you said, I don't have a solid opinion on this game, but Jacksonville has screwed me enough times this season, so I got to go with Jacksonville -3. Minshew Mania has taken over.
Oh, yeah. Tim, what do you got?
I'm going to agree with Sir. I like the Jags -3. Mostly, I don't like Ryan Fitzpatrick as a quarterback. I mean, I think this game is going to come down to whoever has the ball last is going to win. It's going to be back and forth, very close field goals until maybe the second half. Hopefully Jacksonville takes control and can run away with the game. That's what I'm hoping for.
Graphic.
First of all, why is Ryan Fitzpatrick still the quarterback? Like, he should not be the quarterback this week because you saw it last week. Herbert came in, and he's awesome. Now Tyrod Taylor's never going to be the quarterback again. Just put 2 in. Unless he's hurt. Like, is he still hurt? Who knows? But just fucking put him in already.
Yeah.
Saying that Jacksonville is going to blow him out.
I'm going to be different.
And I hate betting the same as Sarah, trust me.
Hey, man.
But Jacksonville's played good considering they have nobody left. Like, they have nobody on that team, and they've been in, they've been in both games already.
I feel like Miami's been in both games too, and I just look at their roster, and I get, like, everybody's high on Minshew because he wears jean shorts, and it's fucking weird. And I understand that, and I obviously think he's a better quarterback than Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I'm going Miami +3. I'll get to you, Maravik. I'm going Miami +3. I just think they have a better team. They've been close in games too. I mean, they lost to the Patriots, but they were close to the Bills, even though Josh Allen kind of shit all over them. Maravik, what do you got?
You know who else wears jean shorts?
John Cena?
Stone fucking cold Steve Austin. What?
This is true.
Don't fucking talk shit about jean shorts.
I'm glad that this is over Zoom and not in person, so I don't have to shake your hand.
Yeah, you would have to shake my hand. But,
so I am going to go Miami. You guys are all going Jacksonville, which means you guys are going to win, and I'm probably going to lose. But Sunday Night Football, we got Green Bay, who's red hot right now, 2-0. Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he went before round 10 on any single draft that I did in any of my leagues. He's fucking lighting the game up. Playing great. It looks like Devontae Adams is going to play. He said he could have gone back into the game if he needed to. The Saints are missing, obviously, Michael Thomas. The rest of their offense looks like it's pretty intact. They just came off a brutal loss to Oakland, if you picked
Las
Oakland,
Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas. I'm just going to keep fucking saying Oakland. But if you pick them, you're a smarter man than any of us three, at least, because we all had New Orleans, and it looks like Maravik did too. I'll start with this one. I'm going to go with the Saints. I think the Saints are, reeling a little bit after the loss. They are home. I think everybody's going to be on Green Bay. I know the Saints are laying the 3.5. I'm going to take them. Aaron Jones was a big reason why Green Bay ran all over Detroit. He had a big game. We saw what Jacobs did against the Saints. He did not have a great game. I kind of predicted that after week 1, saying that I thought week 1 was going to be the best week for Jacobs. And so far through 2 weeks, that sounds like it's pretty accurate. I'm taking the Saints minus 3.5. Sir, what do you got?
Man, give me Green Bay +3. The Saints are a different team without Michael Thomas on there. Like, Drew Brees is showing his age right now. So Aaron Rodgers +3 with Aaron Jones running the ball like he's doing. And give me the over. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Drew Brees was showing his age even when he was beating the Eagles in the playoffs 2 years ago. He just looks like he's on the decline. This is obviously going to be his last year. At least it should be. He's not playing too well, but we'll see what happens. I don't hate the Green Bay pick, honestly. I don't really go one way or another. Tim, what do you got?
I'm going with Green Bay 3.5. If it was 3, I might have went with the Saints. I don't know how much the half a point's going to make, but 3.5 just sounds like a great number. Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind. Aaron Jones is arguably the best running back in football now, well, especially now that everyone else is hurt. I mean, Alvin Kamara is on the other side. He's probably 1B. He's just as good. But right now, Aaron Rodgers, I'll take the points, 3.5. Over 52.5. The way these two teams are scoring, it sounds like an automatic over.
Yeah.
But you never know.
In the dome.
Yeah, so Saints are banged up. So I guess a shorter week to an extent, although it's the night game. But we'll see. We'll see if Michael Thomas plays. That'll probably make a big decision on who you should bet on. So as always, I would say wait until right before game time to put a bet in just in case.
This line's going to move, I would assume, but we'll see. Maravik, what do you got?
Well, real quick, what is the over under in that game?
52.5.
That's all. You guys are Drew Brees is done. They have a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. But they have a Hall of Fame quarterback as a backup. And we put him in for a little bit. James is the man. With that being said, I'm going to say something. As a loyal Aaron Jones guy, you guys know that? I had him in FDI forever.
Mm-hmm.
Love him. Never has back-to-back good games. Rodgers is playing good. The 3.5, I think, that's the issue. Give me the Saints.
Yeah. It's these three
That's
games
the
are
only-
really, they're not easy. I mean, they're all pretty
No.
difficult, which means I'm either going to go 0-3 or 3-0. But I don't hate your reasoning. I would not bet this game if it wasn't for the fact that it's part of the primetime segment. This isn't going to be a game that I bet on. I might do some DFS.
Kamara killed me.
Yeah.
Kamara killed me in fantasy. Like, I lost 2 leagues just because of him.
Yeah. I was down 30. I was down 35, and I went to bed at halftime, and I came back and I won because I have him. I fucking love Kamara, but we'll close out the Monday night game, and we debated this a little bit off air. Definitely the 2 biggest names right now, the 2 hottest quarterbacks right now, arguably the game of the week. We have Kansas City at Baltimore. Baltimore's laying 3.5. Moravik, we'll go back to you on this.
I don't know. This is one of those over 100%. I mean, that's not even close. But, I mean, Baltimore's defense is still solid. Kansas City, their defense has been all right this year. I can never go against Kansas City, so I'll take them. But I won't be surprised if they lose because of the half on this too. But you're giving Kansas City points, I'm going to take it. So listen, home field advantage obviously doesn't matter this year. Who cares? You know, I mean, yeah, they're playing music. The crap cares. But
I was going to ask you that. For normally, when you're looking at home field in a normal year, a 3-point swing is usually, for home field.
3 points home field.
What do you feel like this year? It can't be 3 points. So what do you feel like, all things equal, the home field advantage is 1.5? What would you put it at?
But from what I see, I don't think they really changed it.
No, I haven't.
But it shouldn't. But looking at different lines, like, there's a Baltimore minus 3.5 in this game. This game should be a pick'em.
Yeah.
I mean, it really should be a pick'em. I mean, there are 2. Listen, there's great teams. There's some good teams. But, I mean, these 2 are the 1 and 2 in football.
Yep.
I think
Buffalo,
everyone is
right 3 right underneath it.
Buffalo's pretty good. I really think that anytime somebody plays at home, they're just more comfortable with the settings. They're used to going in the same facilities. They're used to, and they just come in a little easier, a little more, fluid and ready to play. Maybe that's the reason why there's a need to add points.
That's what I believe. It's because, other teams still have to travel, teams home.
Yeah.
That has to be the reason. By the way, speaking of that, didn't they play booze for Carson Wentz in Philly this weekend?
I have that as part of my notes.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
we'll be no, that's okay. We'll be talking about that a little bit later on, though, for sure. So you're going Kansas City. I mean, I don't think there's another team in the league where Kansas City plays them and Kansas City is getting points. That being said, I'm taking Baltimore. Their running game is just absolutely phenomenal between Lamar, Ingram, the things that they're doing. I just think they're going to run all over Kansas City. Seems like the blueprint to beat the Kansas City Chiefs is to keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands as much as humanly possible, and you do that by running the ball. Again, you fucking tell me Kansas City's going to win, I'll probably fucking agree with you.
Yeah, this game, like I said, 3.5 it means nothing in this game. But, by the way, the only thing that Kansas City has on defense, other than Honey Badger, is their defensive line.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's true.
you can't stop Lamar. Nobody can. But, you know.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? I saw David Johnson run all over him, and I know Eckler catches a lot of balls out of the backfield, but, he had a ton of yards. And I just look at a team that runs the ball so much, and they have the blueprint, and I do think they have the better defense. I just have a feeling in that game that I don't think, I would pick Kansas City. Gun to my head right now, I'd pick Kansas City to win the Super Bowl over the Baltimore. But I do think that Baltimore is going to win this game. Tim, what do you got?
I'm also going to go with the Ravens -3.5. I think they're just playing more complete football right now. Their first 2 weeks, they've looked absolutely amazing. And the Chiefs' first 2 weeks have looked so-so. If you tell me that KC is going to put it together week 3, their offense is going to click 100%, their defense is going to show up, and they wind up beating the Ravens, I'm with you. That could happen too. The over/under is 53.5 last time I looked. So that's a lot of points. If the Ravens get ahead and they can run the ball and take time off the clock, you're going to go with the under. If you think KC is going to get ahead and Baltimore has to try to go fast pace and play catch up, then the over is going to hit by a lot. And right now, I'm going to go with the over, just in case KC puts it all together.
Makes sense.
But listen, there's no team that can score like them. And listen, they didn't play. Yes, they didn't play great this week. They played great the first week. That score doesn't. What was that score? 34-20 against the Texans in week 1. The game was over. I mean, Texans scored 14 in the fourth quarter. I mean, in garbage time.
Yeah, I think but that line was lined up for Tyrod Taylor to be the starter for the Chargers.
And I think that's why I think the Chargers did so well on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Because
different offenses.
Same thing last year when the Giants beat the Bucs, when Daniel Jones tore them apart.
Yep.
Because Jones came in that week, and I don't think they were ready for what he was going to do compared to what Eli was going to do.
No, you're right.
It's the same type of thing.
I agree.
They were prepared for somebody else, and
that line just wasn't right. But I agree with the fact that Kansas City can score and win at any time. I mean, like I said, I pounded them. I was actually shocked that they were still getting positive points down 17-9. They had the ball on the 40-yard line, and I looked at my phone and I saw they were like plus 150. And I looked up and I looked back down at my phone and they were plus 102, and I fucking hit it as fast as I could to try to get that money. And I hit the 50% odds boost promo that DraftKings was running, so I got him at 127. And I hit, so $50 bet won 113. So I'll take that.
Listen, put them in the playoffs last year too. Same thing. I mean, it doesn't matter. They go down. I mean, you score 14 points in 30 seconds. I mean, that's what they do.
And bringing up the Kansas City Chiefs coming back from a deficit to win a game, we'll segue over to San Francisco Giants fan. Sir.
Giants.
I'm sorry. I worked like 14 hours today, and I'm already drinking. San Francisco 49ers. So who do you got? Kansas City at Baltimore, and why are you picking Baltimore?
Nah, until somebody punches Mahomes in the mouth for all 60 minutes, give me KC plus 3.5.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I can't. They give you when you bet the same as Sir, they give you the tickets already ripped up. Right?
Man, I'll tell you, like as you said, Mahomes can score. He can come from behind. He's shown it. Can Lamar Jackson come from behind?
Yeah, I can't argue.
He's a good front runner, but like from behind, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't argue.
You just can't give Kansas City points.
Exactly. You give
I
give
will never in my life bet against them if you're giving them points.
Exactly.
I don't care.
They burned me last week, but I'm going back to the train. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is.
I think it's fair. We'll segue over to the world of DFS, and we'll run through our lineups. Sir, you're the reigning champ when it comes to DFS. So we'll kick it off to you. But before we do, I just want to make one mental note or one note to you guys. So I subscribe to a lot of fantasy, podcasts and sites and things like that, and a lot of them cost money. And we did this podcast on a Tuesday, well before the picks and everything were kind of in. And we mentioned guys like Josh Allen and DeAndre Hopkins as best bets. Sir mentioned, fucking the guy from Arizona, the quarterback.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. Thank you. I was thinking Kyrie Irving. I don't know why, but Kyler Murray. Again, I've been drinking. Kyler Murray. So
Right?
4 days later on the podcast that I pay for, they're mentioning best plays in DFS, and they're mentioning the same guys. So what you're getting here on this site with this podcast is 100% free. We just want to win fucking money, and we want to help you guys win money too. So just keep that in mind. But sir, you're the reigning defending champ. So we're going to run with you first. What's your lineup?
All right. So this one, I had a couple toss-ups. At quarterback, I couldn't decide between Russell Wilson.
Mitch Trubisky, right?
Absolutely not. Between Russell Wilson and the quarterback I went to this week, Dak Prescott at 7,200. I think that game between Seattle and Dallas they're going to go back and forth. So instead of saving me $100, I took Dak Prescott. In week 2, Seattle gave up 397 yards to Cam. In week 1, 450 to Matt Ryan. So what's Dak going to do to him? At running back, a running back that treated me well last week, Jonathan Taylor at 7,000 against, sir, your boys, the New York Football Jets. The second running back, Austin Eckler, 6,800. Carolina is not good against the running backs. They've proven it. So, yes, I'm a little worried about their other back taking the workload, but Eckler out of the backfield, a couple dump passes, I'll take that point per PPR. At receiver, to pair with Dak, I went CeeDee Lamb at 5,400. CeeDee Lamb's been looking good for a rook. Amari Cooper's there, but give me CeeDee Lamb at 5,400, the cheaper option. Number 2 receiver, I went with DK Metcalf at the other side of the ball, 6,500. As I said, I feel it's going to be a shootout. There's going to be points scored. So give me DK Metcalf. My third receiver, N'Keal Harry, 4,200. He's getting targets, touchdown upside, and he's cheap. Cam likes throwing the ball to him, so give me the N'Keal Harry, 4,200. The tight end, Nick, we both were on him. He burned us a little bit last week, but I'm going back to him. Give me Logan Thomas at 3,700 against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, again, not very good against the tight end. Yeah. And even though Logan, he got targets, 9 of them, but he only had 4 receptions, so the upside is there. Give me Logan Thomas. Flex, Nick, your boy, I'm going to go Miles Sanders. You know what I'm saying? They weren't passing the ball that great, but they were running it. I believe Lane Johnson came back, and they looked a lot better running the ball. And the Browns ran all over Cincy last week, so give me Miles Sanders. And the defense, I hyped you up, Nick, but I'm going to have to come back at you. Give me the Bengals defense against them same Eagles. In week 1, Carson Wentz threw 2 picks. In week 2, he threw 2 picks. All I need is 1 pick, and that's points. So give me the Bengals defense at 2,600. That's my squad.
I think that's a quality squad. I'll go last. Tim, what do you got for yours?
All right. As Sir was starting to read off his team, I literally thought he had a secret way to look into my team, and he said mine instead. Just quickly, I've got Dak at QB. I paired him with CB Lamb, who's out. I have Eckler in the flex. So right there, those are 3 for you at Eckler.
You're learning, sir. You're learning.
Yeah, I have to learn. I was literally the worst at this back-to-back weeks. So I think the shots are based off of the regular bets because
it should be based on DFS, but.
So I said 3 of my positions. So the 2 running backs I have in the same game, and I picked them up because their injury spot starts, and they were going relatively cheap. So I have Jerick McKinnon against the Giants, and I got Deion Lewis against the Niners in a game that, is just going to be a volume play for both of them. They don't have very much competition taking snaps away. They were cheap, and they're gonna get points. Wide receiver, I went with Stephon Diggs. Him and Josh Allen have a connection right away, kind of like Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins do. They're on the same page, and they're putting up numbers. Wide receiver 2, I went Calvin Ridley against Chicago. Teams still are going to double-team Julio for whatever reason, and Calvin Ridley is going to cook again. Tight end, sir. Jordan Reed.
I thought about it. I thought about it, but Kittle might play, so that worries me a little bit.
That's the thing. At this point in time, Kittle's not playing, so I have Jordan Reed in. If Kittle comes back, then that's an obvious switch that I'll have to make closer to game time.
Absolutely. Doing this on Tuesday, you kind of have to, be careful a little bit because a lot of question marks out there.
I'm not entering this until Sunday. It's the Sunday Million. So
Absolutely.
I'll keep it open until then. And my last choice, Jets. Jets defense are terrible. But to fit the rest of my squad in, they were the only valued team that would fit because they were
enough.
dead last for 2K. But you know who they're playing? Billy Riz. And that man stinks. So he's going to throw at least one pick. Maybe he'll fumble. Maybe he'll just shoot the bed. I don't know. Hopefully.
No, he's definitely going to throw an interception. I mean, that's all he does.
Yeah, just hope it's a pick six for me. When he does it, just say, hey, go Tim.
There you go. Moravik, what do you got for your DFS lineup?
All right. You guys both are – I like both of them. What I try to do, though, when I do daily is you got to try to get the people who everybody isn't going to have. You know what I mean? But Dak's going to be huge this week.
Yeah.
Especially after last week. So, whatever. All right, quarterback, I went Tannehill. Listen, he's going to throw 2 or 3 touchdowns, 250 yards. It's a solid pick.
Solid day.
Not great, but Minnesota is probably one of the worst teams of football. Running back, I'm with both of you, or you, sir. I have Sanders and Taylor. They're just going to run all over him. I mean, Sanders is going to catch the ball. He was a beast last week. I was surprised. I actually didn't start him in one league. Just coming off the injury, I'm like,
I can understand that. Being an Eagles fan, I can understand that. If you had a better option, I can understand that.
Who was your other option?
I don't know. I'll go back to that. I got to look. I don't remember what league it was, quite honestly. But I was worried about running backs coming off. And the Eagles stink, too. The line's not good, so whatever. I paired Corey Davis with Tannehill. He's going to catch a touchdown. I can't believe what he's done this year. I think I picked him up in 4 leagues because he was on the waiver last week, and I'm like, listen, Tannehill, all his guys are fast and big. And that's it.
Yeah. I had to start Corey Davis in one league.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I did actually. One league I would have won.
I had Henry Ruggs. I couldn't take that chance.
So if I would have started Davis instead of the next guy I took, which is all right, this might be part of my heart, but I'm going Darius Slayton.
I started him last week.
2 touchdowns this week. I think he's gonna, his yardage is whatever, but 2 touchdowns guaranteed. My third receiver, my boy Cooper Kupp. He's back. This is a difference with the Rams between 2 years ago and last year.
Agreed.
Cooper Kupp is healthy. Yeah. It doesn't matter. He brings something to that team.
As they say, Jared Goff has his pinky back.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, it was the first game. Kupp didn't do that much. He went to Woods most of the time. But Kupp was out there, and I feel like when he's out there, that makes puts something in Goff's head. My safety's here.
That's it.
He has a safety net, and that's it. All right, tight end. I'm going with 2 options here. I took Hayden Hurst on my main lineup. And I think that's a play. He got in a little more last week. Ingram killed the Bears last week. I mean, he caught like 8 passes. I forget his yardage. Bears can't cover a tight end for some reason. So Hurst should be open. So with that, I went, hold off on the flex. I went Tampa Bay's defense to go against Jeff Driscoll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So exactly. So my other tight end was Noah Fant. All right. And then I went Washington's defense. I think Cleveland's going to kill Washington, but I think the defense is going to still be good. They're going to get sacks. They'll probably get a couple turnovers. I mean, Baker just throws the ball around all day. And Odell likes to get shit on. And then I went with Montgomery at my flex against Atlanta. Tyree Cohen shouldn't even be on the team anymore. Like, they used to pass to him. And he had a big play against the Giants, but David Montgomery's taken over there completely. He's catching the ball. He's running the ball. You looked great last week. Fair enough, the Giants' defense sucks. But I think that's the way to go.
So it looks like we have Tim and Sir with some picks that are pretty identical. And Moravik, if you were here right now, I would give you a big bear hug because it sounds like you and I have some of the same picks as well. So starting off at quarterback, I have Ryan Tannehill. My 2 notes, very simply put, Minnesota sucks. And Derrick Henry, it seems like the defenses are starting to kind of game plan, at least for Derrick Henry. So that's going to open up some Tannehill throws. I think he's going to throw for multiple touchdowns.
Not Derrick Henry season.
No, it's not. Not until at least week 6 or 7. Running backs, I'm taking the same as you guys. I'm not going to go too much into it. You guys already talked about it. Taylor's facing the Jets. Sanders, we saw what Cleveland's running backs did to Cincinnati, so I'm going Sanders there. Wide receivers, easily one of my favorite new targets for Big Ben, Deontay Johnson. Red hot, having a great year. Scored a touchdown last week. I'm taking him. I'm taking DeAndre Hopkins as punishment to myself for thinking he wasn't going to be very good at fantasy this year, given all the shit that he was going through with a new team. But I'm going DeAndre Hopkins against Detroit, who isn't a good fantasy option against Detroit. I'm going Julian Edelman as my final wide receiver. I think Cam said it best in the post game when he was asked why he's throwing to Edelman so much. He answered because he's Edelman. I think he's going to get a ton of targets. I think I'm one of the few people here that's not matching up my quarterback with a wide receiver. I do think that stacks are huge. Seems like anybody with a Dallas or Atlanta stack this year is doing pretty well in fantasy. So, but I'm not going that route. Tight end, I'm going Sample. He's the tight end that's taken over for Uzmo or whatever his name is from Cincinnati. The fact of the matter is the Eagles have given up 4 touchdowns to tight ends. There's not really much more to say than that. Kansas, I'm taking Mike Davis as my flex. Caught a lot of passes, in the game before that, so I'm going him. And then my defense, I'm taking Cincinnati for the same reason Sir said. Seems like, and I've been like doing a lot of research on DFS and trying to figure out optimal lineups. It seems like the teams that win are usually the teams that don't invest a lot of money on their defenses. So I'm going to go the strategy of Cincinnati. Carson Wentz is not playing well right now. We all know that. I know that more than anybody. Moravik mentioned earlier that fans were booing, virtual fans were booing Carson Wentz, and deservedly so. He is not playing well. In his first 2 years, or I should say his second and third year, he had 7 interceptions both times for both years. He's already got 4. So it's not looking good for Carson Wentz right now. But that's
and
my
Nick, to your point about the defenses, I agree with you. Like, my optimal thing is I want my defense to get me at least like 10 points.
exactly.
I'm asking because give me 10 points and I'm paying toward the bottom. That's it. Just give me 10 points.
I agree.
You give me more, butter. But you know what I'm saying? But you give me anything less, it is what it is.
Yep.
That's such a Philadelphia thing.
Yeah.
To have a virtual crowd. Boo Carson.
Well, you've
Like,
seen
how do
what
you allow that?
I don't know. You've seen what people have done with real fans. I think Las Vegas Raider fans were fighting each other. Only whatever the
Yeah,
case.
but that's standard.
Yeah.
But you're talking about somebody pushing a button.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy goes, here's a yay and boo. And he pushes the boo on the team.
I mean, they want the players to feel like it's a realistic environment. So,
I don't know if you want him to feel that. I mean, you know.
all right, we're
Hilarious. I mean, it was the greatest thing to happen this weekend, by the way.
I agree. Well, I would say the Falcons not recovering an onside kick and winning me $882 is probably the best thing that's happened to me this week. But I digress. We will run through our parlay picks very quickly. I was 3-0 in my parlay last week, so if you listen to me, you won some money. I'll start first. I'm taking Dallas plus 4.5. All things equal, I think Dallas is just as good as the Patriots. Maybe the Patriots are better because of Bill Belichick, obviously the better coach, but I just feel like Dallas plus 4.5 is the bet to go. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but I'm hot right now, at least for now, knock on wood, so I'm going to ride the hot hands and go with what my gut is telling me. My gut's telling me Dallas plus 4.5. I'm also taking, and I can easily be talked out of this, especially if Galladay doesn't play. I'm taking Detroit plus 5.5. I don't know. I think Arizona's a little overhyped. I mean, I know they've been playing well, and truth be told, I picked Arizona to win as one of my parlays last week. I picked them in every one of my survivor pools as well, so I'm still in them. But I just think they're a little overhyped. Galladay's coming back. Hopefully their defensive backs are a little bit healthier in Detroit. These two teams played week 1 last year, and the game ended in a tie because Detroit fucked it all up. Give me Detroit plus 5.5. I think if they have all their guys, the offense is going to run strong. I will say if Galladay is not playing, I'm not taking this bet. So disregard this immediately if Galladay is out. But for right now, it sounds like Galladay is playing, which is good for my fantasy teams as well as this bet. So I'm going to take Detroit plus 5.5. And I'm going to take Philly minus 6. I think Philly's a better team than Cleveland. I mean, I can't think of any other reason other than that. I'm giving away 6 points against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not a good team. Philly's not a good team right now either, but they have a great running back. I do think Carson Wentz is better than what he's playing right now. I know the narrative. Obviously, Philly, a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's a must-win game for Philly. I don't think Philly's going anywhere anyway. They're 0-2. But they're better than Cleveland, and I'm giving away 6 points, but they should beat Cincinnati by more than 6 points. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles minus 6. I don't have much more to say than that on those 3 teams, but those are my 3 teams. Marafik, if you could stop laughing for 5 fucking minutes, you can.
Hold on.
Do us a favor.
You said Cleveland every single time on the first, but then you go to
Cincinnati.
Well, I mean, they're better than Cincinnati. And,
Yeah.
like, you said they're better than Cleveland, but I'm betting Philly against Cincinnati. And just, that's it. It happens, buddy. Tired, drunk at school.
What was the third pick in that parlay?
Hold on.
I'm taking Dallas plus 4.5. I'm taking Detroit plus 5.5, and I'm taking Philadelphia laying 6. And if you want to win some money, fucking Moravik right now is currently crushing
What?
what looked like seltzers.
Crook and marker, Mike.
Crook and marker. That's good. Well, let's kick it off with you, or let's go to you in terms of your parlay. What do you got?
Well, I got 2 of the complete opposite of you.
Oh, great.
First of all, Joe Burrow came alive last week. They might not win this game, but I have it at 5.5. What would you have it at?
Minus
That's
6.
what
It is 5.5.
6.
6? Even better. It's going to be a close game either way, I think. I mean, the Bengals have been okay. I think they turn it up, though. I think they're going to win outright. And we want to take the money line. We bump up this part. No, I wouldn't take a money line. Take the points. I'm taking the Titans because Minnesota stinks.
Yep.
Minnesota might be the second to third worst team in football right now. I don't think they're as bad. Yeah, Jets are worse. Jets are the worst. Minnesota might be second. I don't like Kirk Cousins isn't a good quarterback. He has good games. But how terrible, I mean, apparently Stephon Diggs was that whole team. Because they have nothing on that offense right now.
They got Kirk Cousins. You like that.
What?
They got Kirk Cousins. You like that.
You like that. You're right.
Even Dalvin Cook hasn't really been that good. Like
No.
The guys that are good on their offense aren't good on their offense.
No. I mean, their whole team's flat. This is the opposite of what I said. This is exactly what I was talking about Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp ignited the Rams. That's why they sucked last year. He's back, and they're already – I mean, listen, who knows how it's going to end up. It's week 2. We're going into week 3. But they look amazing. My third bet. Sir.
Go ahead. Do it. Do it, old boy. Go ahead.
I'm not. I'm taking the Cardinals. Nick, out of your fucking rabbit-ass mind. The Cardinals are fucking a great team right now. Their defense is great. Their offense is amazing. Listen, Kyler Murray, all of a sudden, one of the top 6 quarterback in football. And putting DeAndre Hopkins on that team was – it sucks because I wish Larry Fitzgerald would have retired because I love old boy. But Hopkins open every time. We just throw him nonstop.
Yep.
So that's the Cardinals. And I will say, you want to throw one more team in there. I'm sure it's wet, but it's a fucking New York Football Giants. They're going to roll the 49ers. But that's it.
That's what they're getting 5.5. What's the
It's 4. It was 4 the last I saw.
It's 4.
Was it 4?
Giants are getting 4.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I like the Giants too.
Not for nothing. They've kept, for as terrible as they've looked, they've kept close games.
Yep.
If one of the two if Thomas or Bosa was in that game, I would say get away from the Giants. But with them gone, no offense there. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, them's fighting words, and we'll turn it over to Sir. Sir, what do you got for your parlay?
All right, sir. I agreed with 2 of your picks, which I don't know how you feel about that. I agree. Cincinnati +6. Nick, your Eagles have looked awful, sir. Awful. The fact that you could take 6 points, no, absolutely not. Give me Joe Burrow. Give me 6 points because Joe Burrow.
Can I just hold on? I want to debate that real quick. Hold on 1 second.
What's up?
How many times did Joe Burrow convert on 4th down in that game against Cincinnati? Against Cleveland. Sorry, against
Cincinnati.
Against Cleveland. How many times did he convert 4th downs against Cleveland? Like, what happens when he doesn't convert like 100% of his 4th downs? Like, Philadelphia at least is a better team, and this line's going to change multiple times. Because the first 2 weeks of Philadelphia Eagles games, and we talked about it multiple times, you had the Rams. They were +3.5. They went all the way down to Philly, and then they went back up to the Rams getting points on Sunday. The same thing's going to happen. Like, people are going to just bet Philly, and then the line's going to change.
And they're going to lose money.
We'll see.
Listen, I don't think
6 points is a heavy number.
Exactly.
I could see you talking.
I don't think Philly is
points?
good enough. I don't think Philly is good enough to beat them by a touchdown, and that's what they're saying.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing. Philly hasn't been playing well, but
that's the 6 points.
You have a running back that's an elite level running back. He's going to be running all over them, and running the ball is going to open up the field to Deshaun Jackson and Jalen Reagor, and we'll see what happens.
Are you saying the Bengals don't have elite running back?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think that the Eagles have an elite running back, and they're going to be able to run all over Cincinnati.
Yeah, I picked Miles Sanders in DFS, but I still think it's going to be a close game. Eagles might win, but
Nick, you also took the Bengals.
guess what?
defense
Eagles win by
to the FA.
4 or 5.
You're not telling
Who
me.
wins?
I bet Washington week 1. I bet the Rams week 2. I'm betting Philly week 3. So we'll see what happens.
Well,
I mean,
that's because you're not stupid like Sir and bet on your own team.
no, we mentioned it last week. I never bet with my heart, but I do think they're going to win. But we'll see what happens. Sir, what do you got for the rest of them?
All right, I also agree. Minnesota, trash cans. You know what I'm saying? Absolute trash cans. Give me Tennessee minus 2.5. Like, Derrick Henry's going to run all over him. He's going to think it's week 7 in his mind, but it's not. It's really not. But, you know, say Corey Davis has been balling. You know, just give me Tannehill. Give me 2.5. Kirk Cousins, no thank you. And my third game, give me Tampa Bay minus 6 against Denver. 2 words, Jeff Driscoll. That's it. Just give me 6 points. Give me Tampa Bay minus 6.
Am I an idiot for thinking Jeff Driscoll is just as good a quarterback as Drew Lock?
Yes, you are an idiot.
All right. Well, we'll see. I don't think there's much of a difference.
Well, I mean, you might be right.
Also,
but
losing Cortland Sutton also hurt too. So
Losing Cortland Sutton hurt. They've also lost A.J. Bouye. They've lost Von Miller. I mean, their entire team's been hurt. So they
got Jeff Driscoll and Noah Fant. That's about it.
They've had the worst injury luck out of anybody, and that's coming from an Eagles fan.
well,
I'll
before
digress.
now, probably had the worst injury luck. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, before the season started, I thought Denver might put up a fight for the division. They weren't going to win, obviously, but yeah, I mean, injuries killed them.
Yep. Tim, what do you got for your
that's my
parlay?
3. That parlay will pay plus 586.
It's pretty good. I'm just going to tease the fuck out of it and win 250, but I'll take the 250.
From the gambling man, Craig Carton, who went to jail because he was a degenerate gambler.
Yep.
Teasers are suckers' bets.
Listen, I will show you my account right now.
I told you, you're going to get the one here and there.
Yeah. No, I agree. Teasers, you know, it was the right place at the right time. But
By the way, I shouldn't have said just him as degenerate gambler. I'm a complete degenerate gambler. So.
I think we all are, and the people that are listening probably are too. So, or they're our friends. It's one or the other. Tim, what do you got for your parlay?
So I got one pick that's the same as Sir. Tampa Bay minus 6. Tom Brady's looking good. The offense is coming around. They got Godwin back this week. The defense is good. And they're playing backup quarterback. Give me the 6 points. They should win by more. Don't know how many they're going to win by. My second team, Patriots, minus 5.5. Bill Belichick doesn't like to lose back-to-back games. They look great against a great team in Seattle.
They should have won.
They could have won if they run that fake ball play that they ran for the other touchdown. Where
Well, Cam takes it outside. It's a touchdown.
yeah, well, he didn't get outside on that play. Thank goodness.
No, I hear you. Should have. I would have went 2-1 if he scores. But it's all right.
But you didn't. So Rumplemints tasted pretty good, just like it's going to.
It's all right.
Next week.
Don't worry. Y'all got something coming next week. It's all right.
I'm
Lord,
fucking drinking Hennessy, so.
I mean, you're going to, but I don't want to either.
I can't even root against your picks. Sorry, Tim. I can't even root against your picks, sir, because you got 2 of mine. So I kind of have to root for you.
And the last leg of my parlay, I actually am going to take over 41 in the Niners-Giants game. Any over-under that's close to 40, 39, 40, 41, the over is going to hit in that game. Both defenses are beat up. The quarterback play, Mullins is going to be serviceable enough to put up points. McKinnon out of the backfield can be all right. Hold on, sir. And the Giants still have Danny Dimes, and they still have Slayton, still have Ingram. They can still move the ball. Deion Lewis out of the backfield to catch passes. I just think the line's a little low.
To your thing, there is a possibility Jimmy G might play. It's possible.
That's fantastic if Jimmy G plays. But why would they play him, sir? He just got hurt
No,
in the same stadium.
I said it. I understand.
Just take this week off.
Sure.
And then
It's Tuesday, but remember, like, it's rumors. They're saying that he's
Sure.
possible he may play.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
where's Blaine Gabbert? That's all I want to know. 49ers win that game with Blaine Gabbert. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you got young Money Mullins. I'm telling you, Nick Mullins can do work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it remains.
I mean, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
If you win, you're beating the Giants. I mean, it's not, they're probably the 5th worst team in football, so, But a win's a win, sir.
Hey,
Guys, we ran a little long today, and we had some technical difficulties along the way, but I want to thank all three of you for the show today. We'll run through our best bets of the week real quick, but one more time, we are Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at SBFS Show, our initial show, and you can find us on the TruExact Radio family, True spelled TRU, on YouTube and on iTunes. And you can follow them on Twitter at TruExact Radio on Twitter and on Instagram. Thank you one more time. Please rate, review, and subscribe. We will run through our best bets of the week, best touchdowns, whatever you guys want to run. Just what are you betting on this week? One more time, I want to thank Sir. I want to thank Tim. And I want to thank our special guest, Moravik. He lives up to the hype, I would say. That is mini number, 7 or 8?
I want back. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 10.
All
So you
right.
can still count, so that's good.
Well, there's plenty more weeks of football left to go, so we'll have Moravik back on for sure. But thank you guys one more time. We'll run through our best bets of the week, and we'll start off with Sir. Sir, what do you got?
give me the over in the Seattle Falcons game. I mean, the Seattle Dallas game. Excuse me. I don't know the exact number, but give me the over.
All right. Tim?
78.
Tim, what do you got?
All righty. Best bet, I'm going Tampa -6.
Moravik, what do you got?
Well, I'm with Tim. Tampa's gonna win by 21, so doesn't matter. -6 Tampa.
I agree. I mean, I like that pick too. Give me, for my best bet of the week, Philly's going to win the game. They're going to win by more than a touchdown, and Miles Sanders is going to score a touchdown in the game. So you can take those two and parlay them on FanDuel, actually. So that's my best bet of the week. Guys, one more time, thank you, Sir. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Moravik. Good luck, everybody. We hope you win. Rate, review, and subscribe. This is Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets. Thank you guys very much.